Have any of you guys seen Jeff?
I think I saw him around here, somewhere. Jeff?
Jeff.
Jeff?
Here, Jeff.
Jeff!
You're late.
Again.
TikTok.
Right, okay, let's get started. Okay, here we go. Okay, ready to go. Kids Review Crew!
I think we get it already.
We have to go. The movie's about to start, Jeff.
Movie.
What's happening?
Stay. Stay.
Kids Review Crew!
Ready?
I'm ready.
Go, Bailey!
My name is Bailey, and this is my boy, Ethan.
You enjoying the breeze, boss dog?
I've lived a lot of lives as a lot of different dogs, but I always found my way back to Ethan. Go! That isn't getting any easier.
That isn't getting any easier.
This is CJ, the greatest new addition to our pack.
Doggy.
There's nothing in that cup.
I love mornings with our granddaughter.
So did I. Mostly because she gave me bacon.
You ever taking a bath with the filthy dog?
They're just having fun.
Oh, CJ's mom wants to play too. Or not.
Okay, guys, we're all freshly back from watching A Dog's Journey. Let's get right into it and talk about this film. So let's start right off the top and find out who has a dog here. Okay, Lily, what kind of dog do you have?
I have a Shih Tzu, and his name is Reuben.
Ruben, you have a dog too?
I have a Saint Bernedoodle, and his name's Bear.
You have a what?
It's a Saint Bernese and a mountain dog and a poodle all mixed together into one, and his name's Bear because he looks like a little fluffy bear.
How big is that dog?
Well, he's about this small now, but he can get to like Ethan's size.
Wow. Who else has, anybody else? James, you have a dog? Ethan, what about you? Oh dear, okay.
He has a cat, 2 cats.
Well, cats are great. We could review
still
the.
want a dog.
we could
Not a cat.
review
My
the-
cat
we
died.
could- oh dear, okay. I'm sorry I brought up this topic. So let's actually get into the movie itself now. So first of all, this has moments that are pretty sad, clearly. I mean, we know what the original movie is about. The sequel has a very similar storyline. So it was a very sad movie. Did anybody cry during the movie?
James.
Really?
I was about to.
Really?
I was
So the
about to.
guys were crying, and the girls were like, I got this.
I thought it was pretty sad, so I was like holding onto my popcorn because it's like a really heart-feeling movie, especially because I had a couple dogs that passed away, and this movie brought back memories of like how much I love them and how much like a dog can really be a girl's best friend.
Or guys.
Sorry.
Human's best friend. No, I get that. So, in terms of the scenes that we're talking about, those very sad scenes, how did they make you guys feel?
Sad.
Sad?
Sad.
Yeah.
Honestly, whenever the dog passed away or any other moments like that, those were sad. But the person who played the dog, or well, that dog has many different names, so I don't know what to call it.
Dog.
Yeah. The person who played it was really funny.
Yeah.
Like, they just had a bunch of jokes, and it was just like, because they didn't understand exactly what humans meant, so it was just funny.
Right. And it was a constant narrative, right, as
Yeah.
well. So it wasn't as if the dog passed away, it's not as if the dog really passed away in terms of the movie, because the dog just continued on.
Yeah.
Right.
Throughout like the whole heartbreaking story, there were some like funny parts to it, but I feel like younger audiences wouldn't really understand what was happening and like what to feel because it's kind of complicated. And sometimes when the dog leaves and then comes back or sort of transforms into like a new dog, it gets a little bit confusing, the storyline.
For younger kids, it could be a little sad because, you know, dogs are a friendly animal and how it dies, you know, sad. Favorite animal?
CJ. She needs you like I needed you. And then it happened. I was a puppy again, and CJ was my new purpose. She was a gigantic baby now.
Sit. Sit. You have to be the authority. Lie down.
What is she saying? No idea.
You see?
Now, this is a family movie. I mean, there are family themes to the movie, and there's no swearing in it. It's a fairly family-friendly from a script point of view, but the storyline is a little difficult with the animals passing away during the movie. Do you think it's too scary for kids?
Well, it just kind of depends. If you're like really attached to a new animal and it might be really old, then it might kind of scare you if that your animal might die. But other than that, it's really not scary. I mean, it's definitely not Scream, but...
Oh, that's good.
There were like some more sad parts, not just the dog, but I feel like you could like take like your parents to go see it if you were like 12 or older. But if you were like younger, I feel like you'd be kind of upset because maybe you had a dog or maybe you had an animal that you loved that much, and then it's basically giving you like information saying that your dog's gonna come back in another body, which isn't always the case.
Okay, so obviously dog lovers will love this movie because there's some very cute dogs in it, and they're the hero of every scene in the movie. Do you think non-dog lovers would like the movie too?
I feel like if you're not a dog lover, but let's say you're a cat lover or any other type of animal, like a bird, you can kind of still have that same relationship. Like you can understand, because if you like something, like a pet very much, it doesn't have to be a dog, you can understand how it would be with a dog. So, but if you don't like animals, I guess you wouldn't really understand.
You'd be rooting for the dog to die.
If you're not really attached with dogs, I mean, you'll still enjoy this movie because it'll still have the moment of other animals. If you don't really, not really interested in animals, I guess you'll, be rooting for the dog to die. And also in some parts it was like sad because you think that something's gonna happen, but it's really not, and that thing is sad, so. They were like difficult parts.
Now, let's talk about the humans for a second. What did you think of the performances in the film? I mean, obviously the dog, I should say the dogs, plural, are the star of the show. Sorry, Mr. Quaid. But what about the human performances? Did we like the performances?
Yeah, I thought the human performances were really well done because you could see the connection between the dog or like the animal and the human, and like all the connections between them throughout the storyline. There are many like stories that happen along the journey where they're connecting with like the animal, and they're like opening up their feelings to the dog and telling him everything and going through like a lot of scary moments with him. And I think that's really important, that you have to be able to connect with like the person who you're co-starring with.
So I thought the performances were really good because you could actually tell that the humans liked the animal, whether they actually did or not. And I like CJ's performance, like the older CJ and the younger CJ did excellent with the animal. Like the cooperation with the animal was amazing. And Dennis Quaid was also pretty good. So I feel like all the performances kind of matched, like even the dog's performance was pretty good. And that's something to say because it's a dog.
I think the human performances were good because the human performances were also like sad. So it like connected with the dog and the human. And yeah, the humans were funny too, so it was good.
Has anybody seen Old Yeller?
No.
You should not speak of that.
I don't
Why,
know what that
James?
is.
I've read of it.
You've read of it. You've read of the Old Yeller. The old legend, Old Yeller.
CJ, I have a date tonight.
Again?
I could always tell when my girl needed me.
When you fall like a statue, I'm gonna be there to catch you, put you on your feet.
As soon as I can, I'm getting out of here. I'm gonna move to New York City.
Wait. I smell my boy. Ethan, it's me, Bailey.
Thank you, boss dog.
What makes you think you can just show up like this?
We want to see our granddaughter, please.
You just keep taking care of CJ.
Now, we talked about age a little bit in terms of whether it's appropriate for children. What would you recommend in terms of the age most appropriate to watch this film?
I'd probably say it'd be like 5 to whenever, because people who generally have dogs enjoy things with dogs in it, so like a movie or a TV show. So I'd say maybe 8, because maybe some of the kids under that wouldn't understand like the relationship between CJ and her mom and how the dog was kind of changing into different dogs, you know.
So are you saying 5 or 8 as the youngest age?
8.
8, okay.
Yeah, I think 11 older, because like when I was that young, I would definitely not understand what was happening in the movie with the dog, especially transforming into another dog, and how the dog's just speaking and sort of like making up his own mind. It's kind of giving some false like information that kids are like, oh, my dog's gonna come back in another dog, when it's usually not the case that happens. And I feel like even though it's like an amazing movie, that the younger kids won't be able to enjoy it because they don't really understand what's happening.
I feel like any age can watch it, but if you want to understand it, maybe 10, 11. But I also feel like what you were saying, if you're younger and you don't really understand it, but you think that when your dog dies, there's going to be another dog that comes back, maybe that could be a good thing for if you're a younger kid, because then you might feel more close to a new dog. I don't know.
Interesting. So Lily, you are the youngest member of the Kidz Review crew, and so you represent that younger audience. Now, you've heard some of your colleagues here have said 11 and 12. What do you think?
I think like 8 to whenever, because, you know, I am the littlest, but I still understood how CJ and her mom were apart, and how the dog came back to life again as another dog. But for like younger kids than me, like 6, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Blast off.
Blast off. They might not understand it as well and might be sad that, you know, dogs die. But overall, yeah, it was a really good movie.
Were you scared at any point during the movie?
I mean, there was a point, no spoilers, but there was a point where the dog was on the road and I was like, is the dog gonna like be run over?
Yeah.
But
It's an old Hollywood trick, put a dog in peril. It always brings an audience along. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, big dog. He didn't get up for anything.
No matter how many lives it took, I would be there for CJ.
Oh, hello. Where did you come from? Looks like he chose you.
Things don't always turn out as we plan, but sometimes the surprises are the best part.
Like a drum, baby, don't stop beating.
There's a lot you don't know about that dog.
Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you.
Okay, thinking about the overall film, did you pick up any messages from the film, good, bad, or otherwise?
I thought it was really good, the messages, because basically it was showing how you don't have to have a dog to be able to feel that connection to an animal. And the whole story I felt was really the connection between a human and their best friend who's a dog. And it's kind of showing that even though you might not have someone human there for you, you always have your pets there for you no matter what.
I'm gonna say that the message is never lose hope, because in some moments of the film, viewers may, oh no, he's never gonna find CJ. Well, it kind of teaches us to never give up hope, because the dog never ever gives up on his journey just to protect CJ.
Well, some of the humans also had some pretty dire circumstances in their lives as well in the movie, no spoilers, and I think that message resonated with the humans as well.
I think the message would be, never give up hope, because there's always a little bit of hope out there. And like the connection, you don't even need to have a pet or an animal or someone like an animal to have a connection. You can even have a best friend, and you just have to be best friends.
The dog, no matter what, he didn't give up. He just kept wagging his tail and chasing it and going around being happy. And I feel like even though something bad might happen, you just have to keep pushing on, and you can always fall back to family no matter what.
So the dog was really all together in the film. The good message we should be learning from the dog.
The dog brought everyone together.
That's cool.
Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you, baby, I'm not moving on. I love you long after you're gone. For you,
I don't have all the answers.
you would never sleep alone.
but I know we end up where we're meant to be.
Like a drum, my heart never stops beating for you.
Okay, guys, so that about wraps up for the questions. Let's now give our reviews of the film. You remember the scoring system? Number 1 means it's doggone awful, to number 5 meaning it's Great Dane. Okay, let's start with you, Ethan. Between 1 and 5.
I have to give it 5.
Okay.
Because I really liked the movie and the storyline they had to it. And I'm pretty sure the first one, this was like a sequel to the first one. I didn't see the first one, but I still understood what was happening, and I thought it was a great movie.
Great, Sabrina.
I really love dogs, so 5 out of 5 all the way for me. And the story really made me connect that even though I lost a dog in the past, I'm here in the future and I really miss him either way, but this really brought me back together with him and kind of like made me feel that I'm here no matter what. I have a dog.
Well, that's nice. James.
This movie was 500 out of 5. It was great.
Wow, okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, and why?
Well, I just thought it was a great movie that will kind of bring your family kind of closer. Because the movie itself is great, but it has all these great messages and all these great characters and people that you can kind of relate to. So, yeah.
Okay, Lily.
I'd give it a 5 because it was a great movie. It was, there was lots of moments. There was sad moments, funny moments, weird moments, and happy moments.
Excellent. This is the first time that the Kidz Review Crew has unanimously given a film 5 out of 5. That's pretty high praise. It's 5s across the board, so I think it's a solid recommendation for Dog's Journey.
I think it was a paw-affection movie.
Oh, man.
It's a doggone bad dad
That's not
joke.
a dad joke, that's a Jeff joke.
Okay. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, guys.
I think we got it from here, Jeff.
But I have more questions for you.
You want the ball, Jeff? You want the ball? Go get it! Thanks for joining us on this tail-wagging adventure.
Don't follow cars, follow us on social media.
Join us for our next review in a whole new world with Aladdin.
Take your pause and hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Now.
Kidz Review Crew!
Squirrel!
Huh? Who let him off his leash?
Here we go, and action.
Kidz Review Crew!
I think we get it.
That's actually good. That's actually good. Use that. Use that. Do that again. Do that. That's good.
You want the ball, Jeff?
Yup.
Should I do it?
That was great. What you said was great.
Okay.
You don't have to keep going. Don't. This isn't a contest for longest
Okay.
speech. You were very concise. Okay. Here we go. And take 7 on Lily.
What? But I'm 8.
Whoa, snap! I got owned.